hold the final chapter of a forgotten nation right here. This 1988 Yugoslav 50 Dinara coin is far more than pocket change. It's a time capsule from the moment the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia stood on the precipice of collapse. Struck just before the Iron Curtain fell and the devastating Balkan conflicts began, this coin circulated across 6 fragile republics. Its stark, unified design tragically conceals a story of spiraling economic chaos and ultimate dissolution. Before we dive into its full history, remember that I will reveal its current market value and the best way to sell it midway through this segment, providing you with crucial information on this coveted piece of 20th century geopolitical history. Welcome to World Coins Explorer. The year 1988, the date stamped on this 50 Dinara coin, marks a crucial, fragile moment in the history of Yugoslavia. It was a time when the vast, multi-ethnic federation, painstakingly held together for decades under the iron will of Josip Broz Tito, was rapidly unraveling following his death in 1980. The economic system, a unique brand of market socialism, was faltering, plagued by hyperinflation, massive foreign debt, and deep regional inequalities. This coin was minted into an economy spiraling out of control. Its purchasing power was fleeting, a constant, tragic reminder to the average Yugoslav citizen that their hard-earned money was losing value almost daily. Yet, the coin itself still projects the powerful, unified image of the state, a testament to the ideological commitment that was quickly eroding in reality. The geometric, block-like design is characteristic of Soviet and Eastern Bloc aesthetics, embodying the socialist ideal of modern, functional strength, a deliberate choice meant to contrast with the capitalist West and reinforce national cohesion. The obverse side of the coin, the heads, is dominated by the national emblem of the SFR Yugoslavia, an emblem that served as the core visual identifier of the state's ideology. This emblem is rich in symbolism. 6 flaming torches, meant to represent the 6 constituent republics, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, and Slovenia, merging into a single flame, symbolizing unity. This motif is encircled by wheat stalks, representing the agricultural wealth and the working class, and topped with a red star, the universal symbol of communism and socialism. This entire, complex design is contained within a square frame, giving the coin a sharp, modern appearance. The legend, written in both Cyrillic \text SFR Yugoslavia and Latin \text SFR Yugoslavia script, reflects the constitutional equality of the major languages and scripts within the Federation, a daily assertion of political correctness and multi-ethnic unity, a profound, desperate attempt to hold the diverse, conflicting parts of the state together through symbolic representation. Flipping the coin reveals the reverse, the tails side, which focuses with stark clarity on the coin's value. The massive, bold number 50 dominates the center, a confident assertion of its denomination, yet one that was increasingly hollow due to the aforementioned hyperinflation. The word Dinara is repeated vertically and horizontally in different South Slavic languages or scripts, \text Dinara, \text Dinarjev, \text Dinari, naklonna chertovleva text Dinare, again reinforcing the multilingual nature of the Federation, a necessary practice in a country built on the union of diverse groups. The entire denomination field is also set within a strong square border, mirroring the obverse and creating a consistent, powerful aesthetic. This deliberate design choice, a forceful expression of numerical value, is a poignant paradox. The design shouts stability and strength, but the economic reality of the late 1980s meant that this 50 Dinara coin was often quickly relegated to worthlessness, becoming pocket change to be spent as soon as possible before its value evaporated completely. Now for the crucial information that every collector seeks: the current value of this 1988 Yugoslav 50 Dinara and how to sell it effectively to capitalize on its historical significance. Due to the massive inflation that swept Yugoslavia, these coins were produced in the hundreds of millions. Consequently, most circulated examples are abundant and thus hold a relatively low numismatic value. A typical, handled coin will usually be valued between $1 and $5, essentially making it a low-cost historical souvenir. However, the price point shifts significantly for uncirculated, high-grade examples, coins that are pristine, showing no signs of wear. These museum-quality specimens can fetch between $15 and $30 from specialized dealers or focused collectors who are assembling high-grade sets of pre-war Balkan coinage. To sell your coin, for common pieces, the simplest method is to list them on large marketplaces like eBay, emphasizing their historical context. Use phrases like Cold War era or pre-Balkan War. For those rarer, uncirculated coins, a better return may be achieved by directly contacting coin dealers who specialize in Eastern European or world coinage, or by selling through online numismatic auctions. Always photograph your coin clearly, highlighting the date and the emblem, as the political story is its primary selling point. The economic function of this 50 dinara coin quickly devolved into a symptom of the crisis rather than a tool for stability. As hyperinflation accelerated through the late 1980s, the Yugoslav central bank was forced to constantly introduce new, higher denominations, rendering lower values obsolete at an alarming rate. This coin, a substantial denomination when first envisioned, soon became small change, unable to purchase even the most basic necessities. The rapid debasement of the currency fueled public dissatisfaction and mistrust in the central government, contributing significantly to the centrifugal forces that were pulling the republics apart. For the average citizen, the physical weight of this coin was often greater than its actual purchasing power, a frustrating daily reminder of the government's inability to manage the economy. This economic disintegration acted as a powerful accelerant to the political and ethnic tensions already simmering beneath the surface, transforming a coin meant to represent unity into a metallic symbol of national failure and decline. Holding this coin today is a direct connection to a place that no longer exists on the map. The Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia dissolved violently in the early 1990s, fracturing along ethnic and political lines into several independent states. This 50 dinara coin is one of the last vestiges of that unified identity, a final numismatic monument to the concept of brotherhood and unity that Tito had so fiercely championed. Its legacy is thus deeply intertwined with the tragedy of the Balkans. Collecting it is an act of historical preservation, saving a small, material piece of a vanished state whose memory remains complex and contested. For collectors in the UK and USA, these coins represent a fascinating geopolitical what-if, allowing them to physically interact with the remnants of the Cold War and the dramatic, often heartbreaking, consequences of the collapse of communism in Europe. In conclusion, the 1988 Yugoslav 50 dinara is far more than just a piece of dated currency. It is a critical artifact that encapsulates the political idealism, the economic despair, and the impending dissolution of one of the most unique and important socialist states of the 20th century. Its bold socialist emblem and multilingual denomination stand as a powerful, ironic contrast to the chaos it was minted into. It tells the story of an economy battling inflation, a political system struggling for cohesion, and a multi-ethnic society standing on the precipice of profound change. As the final series of socialist coins gave way to the temporary currencies of emerging nations, this 50 dinara coin remains a sharp, square-edged memory of a socialist dream and its dramatic, complex ending, making it an essential and deeply evocative piece for any serious collector of world history and geopolitical relics. And so, we bring our journey to a close, but the story of this tiny piece of brass, the 1988 50 dinara, will continue in your hands. You are now the custodian of a profound historical relic, a coin that represents the final, doomed attempt to unify a world that was desperately pulling itself apart. Every time you glance at its bold socialist emblem and the hopeful legend of SFR Yugoslavia, you are not just seeing an old coin. You are touching the legacy of a nation lost to the tides of history, economic collapse, and conflict. These are the coins that bridge the gap between history books and tangible reality, and it is precisely this powerful connection that makes them so valuable to collectors across the globe. Take a moment to appreciate the incredible, complicated history you now hold, and remember, whether you choose to sell this piece or keep it as a window into the dramatic end of the Cold War, you are keeping the memory of Yugoslavia alive. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into numismatic history. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more untold stories forged in metal.